What if the life you are building, brick by brick, dollar by dollar, relationship by relationship, is built on a story you never chose? What if the game you are playing was written before you were born? You showed up on this planet and the script was handed to you. Go to school, get a job, fall in love, buy a house, retire, die. And if you do it well, they call you successful. If you stumble, they call you lost. But here's the crack in the mirror. The people who wrote that script were just as lost as you are. Let me show you what I mean. In 1992, a study was conducted in the United Kingdom by a team of clinical psychologists, led by Dr. Richard Bentall at the University of Manchester. The study was published in the British Journal of Psychology, and its official title was Reality Monitoring and Psychotic Hallucinations. The team studied 120 participants, divided into two groups. The first group had a clinical history of auditory hallucinations. The second group had no such history. The goal was simple. They wanted to understand how the brain decides what is real and what is not. In a series of controlled tests, they gave participants different sources of information: real events, imagined events, and suggestions from a third person, and asked them to track which was which. The results were unsettling. Bentall and his team found that the individuals in the hallucination group actually performed better at distinguishing internal versus external reality on some measures. But they had one consistent flaw. They overtrusted their own internal voice, even when external data contradicted it. In a follow-up paper published in 1995, Bentall concluded, hallucinators have a bias toward attributing their own internal experiences to an external source, particularly when the content is emotionally charged. In simpler terms, when the stakes are high emotionally, the brain often prefers its own story to objective reality. What does that mean for you? That the story you believe about your life, your worth, your success, your relationships, might not be grounded in reality at all. It might be a hallucination you have grown comfortable with. Part 1: The Great Illusion. If you live in the US or the UK, you have been shaped by a specific kind of story. The Protestant work ethic, the American dream, the British stiff upper lip, the belief that if you work hard enough you will be rewarded. But the data tells a different story. In 2021, the Institute for Fiscal Studies in the UK published a report on social mobility. They tracked over 30,000 individuals born between 1970 and 1990. Their conclusion: despite record levels of education, social mobility had effectively stalled. The wealth of your parents predicted your wealth better than your own effort. The economy had become a loyalty program for the already privileged. Yet we still believe the story. Why? Because it is repeated constantly in media, in politics, and the movies we watch. The belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You chase a promotion believing it will grant you stability, only to find yourself more anxious than before. You enter a relationship expecting it to make you feel whole, only to discover that two broken mirrors still show cracked reflections. This is what an ancient teaching calls the abyss of hallucinations. Not because nothing is real, but because we have confused our descriptions of reality with reality itself. Money, titles, status, even love, these are not facts. They are stories we have agreed to believe together. Part 2: How this shows up in real life. Let us look at 4 areas where this illusion silently dictates your life. 1. Career and growth. You chase a promotion, a bigger title, a nicer corner office. You believe it will finally make you feel like you belong. When you get it, the feeling lasts for weeks, maybe months. Then it fades. The goalpost quietly moves. You are left staring at the next promotion. You are not climbing a ladder. You are chasing a horizon you will never catch. 2. Money and finance. If you earn $50,000, you worry about bills. If you earn $150,000, you worry about taxes. If you earn $500,000, you worry about losing it all. Anxiety does not decrease with income. Research from Princeton University in 2015 confirmed emotional well-being increases with income, but only up to a certain point, roughly $75,000 per year. Beyond that, happiness plateaus. Yet we continue to believe that more money equals more peace. It doesn't. It never did. 3. Relationships and marriage. We often look for the one who will complete us. When they inevitably fail to carry that weight, we feel betrayed, not always by the person, but by the story we believed in. Even the healthiest marriage cannot heal the wound you refuse to look at. The relationship is not the solution. It is an opportunity to finally see where you need to heal. 4. 1. Self-awareness. We chase becoming better, more successful, more spiritual, as if we are currently incomplete. But the goal is not to become someone else. The goal is to stop pretending, to stop mistaking the mirror for the window. Part 3. The silent joy. There is something in you that is not touched by any of this, not by the promotion, not by the breakup, not by the stock market. It does not speak, it does not stay silent, it does not fear failure, and it does not crave success. It simply rejoices. This is not something you need to achieve. It is what remains when all the stories fall away. You do not need to escape your life. You just need to stop believing that it is the whole truth. Play the game sincerely. Love deeply. Work with integrity. Build things that matter. But remember, you are not the game. You are the one watching it. And that watcher is already free. If this idea feels uncomfortable, that is okay. The mind always resists when its old story begins to crack. Tonight, sit with one question. What if my life is already whole and I just forgot? Do not answer. Just sit. Subscribe if you are tired of chasing stories that were never yours. The mirror stays. You decide when to look. The cracked mirror. See you in the next one.